Okay guys, today on Exploring Temecula, we are talking about the cost of living in Temecula. I'm going to go over some facts that I found online with you, but I'm also going to give you my opinion on a few things. Make sure you subscribe below. We go over and do probably 2 to 3 videos a week just on the surrounding area in this, the city of Temecula. So if you're thinking of moving here, check the link below. I do own my own brokerage, Greenleaf Real Estate. My wife's a licensed appraiser, so we have you covered on that. Hopefully you enjoy the video. Here we go. Okay guys, the first thing I want to do, I found a chart online that I wanted to go over with you. I'll give you those numbers, then I'll also give you my opinion on those numbers. So here it is. Cost of living in Temecula, these are a few stats that I found. You're basically comparing it to the United States and California. So overall score, as you can see, it's basically, they're saying it's 50% more almost than the rest of the United States. A lot of that, in my opinion, is probably the home prices, because home prices are, let's call it double of what the national average is. I'm guessing that that's, skewing this score a little bit. Groceries, awesome grocery stores in Temecula, great produce in Southern California. It's awesome that this is really on par with the rest of the United States, because I can tell you right now, that is not a huge part of our budget. Groceries are very inexpensive here. Healthcare, everybody's going to have mixed opinions on this. I'm average. I would guess that healthcare is going to be worse here than other parts of the country, just because of the population. When there's 20 million people and there's only so many doctors, there's probably more wait times. Some of the insurance, in my experience, isn't the greatest. So I'm not going to get too much into this, but I can see where healthcare as a whole, not even comparing cost, might be a little worse than other parts of the country. Housing, obviously this is where a lot of the cost comes in. It's basically double than the national average. Median home price $473, national average $231. I'm sure there's other websites that have different numbers than these. I'm just pulling, this is probably just a general good numbers to go off of. Utilities, I would guess, water in Southern California can become really expensive. Electricity in the summer, with your air conditioning going, depending on where you live, can get up there. If you have a big house, yeah, it can be $300-400 a month. But then you have to realize there's 8 months of the year where you don't need air conditioning or much heat. So it probably averages out, to maybe even being a little better in California. Transportation, it's saying here that it's much more expensive than the rest of the country. Reason being, I'm guessing that's the gas. Of course, gas prices are pretty much, again, just like home prices, double of that the United States has. Okay guys, so now I wanted to get into my personal opinions on some of these expenses. Number one, I wanted to go over, because I am a real estate broker, so I can speak about home prices. There's not too many better places or better communities you're going to live in Southern California that gives you as much as Temecula gives you for the price of the home. Again, obviously when you compare the prices of Temecula compared to the United States, it's more, but when you compare Temecula to the rest of Southern California, it's actually pretty inexpensive. Out of the 6 or 7 places that I've lived in Southern California, there's not even a question that you get the feeling that this is one of the safest cities, with the most amenities and so much to do here. It truly is an amazing city for what you have to pay for housing. In regards to rentals, rent is going to run you anywhere from, just an average home, let's call it 2,300 square feet, 2,000 square feet. You're going to pay from anywhere from $1,900 to probably around $2,500 a month. That's what rent is. In my experience with groceries, again, there is no difference, I don't think, from the rest of the United States. There's so many grocery stores here. There's so many, good options in regards to produce. I can go to the grocery store, spend $30 and have enough food in regards to like fruit and vegetables for 2 weeks. So grocery stores, I mean, I would say it's really on par or even less in some cases than the United States. Another thing that is going to be really expensive here compared to the US is gas. What I find funny though, and everybody has to realize this, is, you know, when I'm on Facebook and I see a picture of somebody saying, oh, I just moved to Tennessee and here's the gas price, it's $1.99. I mean, in my opinion, I'm fine paying $3.50, being able to sit by the pool in December, drink a Mai Tai, and watch the sunset. If you want to go live in Tennessee, you know, when it's -10, I mean, that's fine, you know. But personally, I'd rather spend the extra $1,000 a year in gas and live somewhere where it's absolutely beautiful weather with so much to do and so many options for activities and lots of fun. So let's talk about fun things to do. You want to go to the movies, you want to go to restaurants, you want to go on a bike ride or a hike. There's so many Groupons and living socials now and competition and happy hours that I truly don't feel that it's much more expensive than other places in the United States. I can go out on a Thursday night at 5 or 6 o'clock and my wife and I can go, we can have a drink, we can have something to eat for probably $40, maybe a little under, including tips. So, you know, I don't know where you're living in the United States, but to go out, have a fun night for $40 is pretty reasonable to me. Things like just going to the movies. You know, you just go on Groupon and there's $5 movie nights on Tuesdays. Hiking, biking, tons of trails around here. Obviously, that's all free. So, yeah, there's lots to do in Temecula. If you search for things, you know, on certain sites to get deals and you're resourceful, I really don't think that activities are any more expensive than any other place in the United States. Okay guys, so finally I just wanted to give you my opinion on what you need to make to have a decent life here in Temecula. Obviously there's going to be people that will probably disagree because they either spend way less than me or way more than me. I am just saying we go out a couple times a week. We like doing things. We go on a few vacations a year. We save some money for our retirement. You know, when you're just like the normal spender, I don't go out to $300 dinners. If you make for a couple in between $6,000 and $9,000 a year, you can do all of that. So again, put that number in your head, $6,000 to $9,000 a year. You would have a really good life here in Temecula. If you enjoy these videos, please subscribe below. And also remember guys, I'm owner of Greenleaf Real Estate here in Temecula. If you need any help whatsoever buying or selling property, I'd love to help. My wife's a licensed appraiser. We've been doing it a long time and we'd really appreciate, you know, the opportunity to give you a great service. So again, subscribe below. Thank you again. And until next time, exploring Temecula.